Perfect. Yes. All
Rock and
right,
roll.
everybody. Welcome. This is Walter Eagleton from Artistic Gourmet Adventures. And my wife Kim and I are excited to be hosting you guys later this year in the last couple of weeks of October for our beautiful Burgundy and Beaujolais adventure. And I'm really excited this morning to welcome our friend and wine expert and guide for the week, Cameron Jones. Cameron will be our wine guide for our week in Beaujolais and Burgundy, along with Steve and Karen Severance. And we're excited about everybody being there with us and getting to know Cameron and getting to learn from him. I've invited Cameron just to come on this morning and tell us a little bit, first of all about himself and maybe how we know each other and what the week holds for us. Welcome, Cameron.
Good morning. Good morning.
And
Welcome to the Beaujolais. I am standing in the vineyards beside my house in Saint-Amour, in the Courant Beaujolais village, and it's great to be with you. And I'm very excited about the tours in October, meeting everyone and showing you this fabulous part of France.
All right. Well, tell me, you're in the Beaujolais, but we're also going to be uh experiencing the Burgundy region as well. So what's the correlation? What's the distance, etc.?
Sure. Yeah. So everything's around about an hour's drive from your chateau. So we'll start the week up in Burgundy, and most people may know that for it's the super famous region with the crazy expensive prices and all the history and everything behind it. Um, so we'll have a look at the main town up there is Beaune, and then we'll have a look at the northern part of Burgundy, which is called the Côte de Nuits. We'll have a look in the southern part, which is called the Côte de Beaune.
Hmm.
The Côte de Nuits is primarily, Pinot Noir based wines, and the Côte de Beaune is a bit more primarily sort of Chardonnay. But they're the two main grape varieties in the region. Then we'll come down into the southern part of Burgundy and have a look at the Mâconnais region,
Okay.
which is the main villages of Pouilly-Fuissé, which most people will probably know those. And we'll have a good explore and we'll sort of show people, the terroir in all these different places. And then towards the latter part of the week, we'll come down and spend a day down in Beaujolais.
Oh,
So
wow.
down in the very, very, very south in Côte de Bruy, with a wonderful friend of ours who's a veteran that Walter and I cooked together with to do a big function a few years ago. So we know him really well, and he's a fabulous guy, and really looking forward to meeting us. And then we'll come up to my village here and meet with another veteran that Walter has met as well. And we'll have a great lunch up here, and a great wander around and explore. So yeah, we're in for a really fun week. Bring yourselves lots of questions. I can get as wine geeky as you want, and I can also just turn it off and have a bit of fun as well. So I think it's going to be a really, really interesting week.
All right. Well, you mentioned that we cooked together a few years ago. Maybe tell everybody kind of how we met up and how we know each other.
So it's one of those great things, when great friendships have formed completely randomly. You know, from other ends of the globe, I'm Australian, but I'd been living in Singapore. Decided I was done with my previous job in the bank. Walter was obviously doing the same thing with his photography business, and was done with that. And we happened to meet at Cordon Bleu and in Paris, by complete chance. We were definitely the older guys in the class, so I suppose there was a natural affinity there, and we got to cook in the kitchens with each other, and it just became great mates through that. So and that's now almost 6 years ago. So that
Yeah.
friendship is well and truly stayed. I've come on, I think, one adventure up in Scotland I came and helped with. And I follow the activities, and the wonderful success of Artistic Gourmet Adventures along the way. So, and we still manage to catch up. I mean, I've lived here for the last 5 years. down here and we still catch up and at least once or twice a year. So
Yeah.
it's great fun.
Yeah.
We've been to some rugby together in Stade de France. We watched France play Australia. Walter's first live game of rugby, and wow, what a game it was! So yeah,
Absolutely.
we've shared some absolutely amazing times together. So
Yeah.
I'm really really excited about being with Walter and Kim for this trip and being able to share sort of my newfound passion and love of the wines of France and the wine regions around here. So
Yeah. I just let me just interject to everybody that besides being, of course, a wine expert, Cameron is a top class chef as well. So he's kind of, put that part of his life kind of on the side for right now as he continues to pursue his Master of Wine. And he's already a level 4 WSET, which is Wine, Spirits, and Education Trust. And so among the all of us, Cameron will be the one who will know more about the wines and the processes and all sorts of things having to do with Beaujolais and Burgundy wines. Well, I'm excited because not only is it going to be just a great wine adventure, but as you can see from Cameron's photograph, this is literally right outside his side door. He's in a vineyard, and the Beaujolais where Cameron lives and that Burgundy area are two of the most beautiful areas in France. And we have literally been all over France the last 10 years. And just driving through, we're going to see some amazing vineyards, and we'll even have, for people who might want to stop drinking wine for a few minutes, we'll have a couple of days of shopping, especially in the Beaune area, which has some beautiful history and
yeah,
lots of things to do. And along with the everything that we're doing with Cameron and the wine and Steve and Karen and everything, when we're back at the chateau, we'll try to come up with some food for you. So, it's just going to be a lot of fun. And if we ever run into problems, I can always call Cameron and say, "Hey, Cameron, come down here and help me in the kitchen." So
done.
it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it'd be a pleasure, and we'll talk lots. I mean, Walter's food is just amazing, and this region, is also famous for some fantastic food. So, we've got some really nice lunches planned, and then Walter in the kitchen whipping up a storm while we're out having a bit of fun and drinking wine during the day, and we'll talk about food and wine pairing, and we'll have a bit of fun and talk about the other different food in the region and lots of exciting stuff about this wonderful little part of France.
That's it. All right. Well, that's really kind of going to wrap up our little section here that we're doing. But Cameron, if somebody wanted to kind of get in your orbit and kind of see what you're doing, is
Yep,
there a way they can follow you on Instagram or anything like
sure.
that? Give us your socials.
Yeah, so I've got I'm not on Facebook, but on Instagram I've got a wine focused Instagram account, which is Bojo underscore Bon Vivant. So BOJO underscore and then Bon Vivant. So BONVIVANT. And there's lots of videos and a few things that I've done in the area. I don't post. I'm not a slave to Instagram, but I post things when I can. And if you want to ping me and like direct message me with any questions you've got it in advance, then absolutely feel free to do that. No problem.
All right, very good. Well, again, Cameron, thanks so much for getting up early this morning. And Cameron
Pleasure.
mentioned earlier that he's in the vineyard there, and there's a tractor going back and forth and spraying all kinds of stuff on the vines. Fortunately, we don't hear any of the noise of the tractor, and we hope Cameron survives the sulfur going through the air.
Exactly right. That's one of the that is one of the hazards. But it's what you're going to do if you want to live in the vineyards. So,
Absolutely. All right, folks. Well, thank you very much for giving us a few minutes of your attention. And again, thank you to Cameron Jones. And we certainly look forward to the latter part of this year in October when we'll be seeing everyone. And that's it
all
for
right.
us today. And we'll see you
See you in
soon.
October.
All right. Bye bye.
Cheers, bye.